Hey guys, and welcome to Soul Spy University, New Year's edition. So basically, it's 1:30 in the morning here. um, and I'm just gonna try to make this video short, but this video is gonna be about, I'm just winging it right now, but basically the difference between a life coach's advice, channeled advice, and a friend's advice, right? So this is going to be a very interesting and very funny video. But before you forget, please don't forget to subscribe so you can hit that all notification bell so that you can then hit set reminder on future content so you can grab it and basically have the chance to possibly experience it while it's still up, because you just never know these days. You just never know. Also, if you give a like, guys, that would help me out a lot. So anyway, we're just going to dive right in right now. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a random example. In fact, I really wish I was live so that I could so that I could take any example that you guys could throw at me to, channel the information for. But basically, neighbors, I'm just going to pick a random example and then show you the difference between the responses, right? So say someone has a problem with their uncle, or their uncle isn't acting right towards them, right? I'm literally just picking a random example. Again, every person's advice would be different depending on their soul. So each soul needs different advice, which is why I highly recommend, individual sessions with me, meaning one-on-one sessions with me, because then I could really tune in there. However, let's just take this as an example, right? And I'll put somebody in my mind real quick. So if someone's coming to me and they're like talking about how annoying their uncle is and acting out of whatever, a life coach's advice would go something like this. Okay, let me grab it. I'm grabbing it from the life coaching channel, see? A life coaching advice would be, don't make his problems yours. Your energy matters more than his triggers. Focus on what you can control and make your life so good that it doesn't matter as much his impact on you. So anytime you feel the need to change another person, or that you're triggered by another person and it's renting space and energy in your mind, body, and soul, transmute that into how you can improve yourself so that that outside trigger or circumstance or person effect is not as much as an effect on you anymore, because you've made yourself more complete and at peace with you. Okay, that's my channeled life coaching advice, right? Now, if I were to do channeled divine guidance advice, it would go something like this. All right, let me access it. I almost said the person's name I'm thinking of. Could you imagine if I just said their name and put comma and then just started? All right, anyway, all right, let me access it without saying their name, because I almost did. I'm just going to put soul instead, okay? So, hey, soul, you have signed up for this limited role on this planet for a reason. You are so much more than what you are allowing yourself to think you are. You signed up for this limited role. See that anytime I channel, but I'm sticking with it. You signed up for this limited role to grow this limited part of yourself. Every time I channel, so that when you conjoin back to the fullness of yourself, this part of yourself is so much more developed, and thus develops the rest of yourself. See, normally the person would get it, but then get it more and more over time. But there's more. Doesn't just end there. Thus, and it's part of the same download. We're just breaking it down into chronological time sequence sentences, etc. But thus, your uncle also signed up for these roles and into his limited self. So in the higher realm, which some consider heaven, you guys are friends. You guys are so loving to each other. You guys are in the fullness of yourselves and looking down at your limited human selves with such love and such compassion of, yes, this is what those roles, we signed up for those roles to teach each other these things and grow from it. It's kind of like being in a play where you signed up for these memorized roles. Each role plays off the next. The audience gets something out of it, AKA people around you in some level or another. But then when you're not in the play anymore, you are way more than those roles. You're relaxed, you're at peace, you're so much more than those roles. And the audience is now not just watching you in a role, they're with you. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same analogy and metaphor when it comes to what I call heaven or higher realms. So you and your uncle up in these higher realms are just having a party, looking down, knowing that, wow, look at us down there. Look at us down there. That's what we signed up for. Look how much we're growing as a result. We see, when you're on the quote unquote other side or in the fullness of yourself, looking at what you signed up for, you're very aware, or people that are still here, which is also yourself, very in depth here. You are very aware that you're only here, that limited role you signed up for is like a second. It's when we're here that we think it takes so long, that the pain feels so deep, that it's all this experience that is growing us. So just be at peace with knowing that your uncle, there's no actual ill will or malintent on this planet, no matter how much it looks like it. That literally, and I sense the disruption in you believing this, but literally, the more you grasp this, the minute you can get this, the second you can get this, the easier life will become. That literally only love exists. And that anything that looks different from love is actually an illusion. That it doesn't exist. But it does. It does. It always exists. It always is there. It's just some people are warped as a result of feeling as if they don't have it and are reacting from that. But they are innately loved. So your uncle truly loves you, but the way you are perceiving his actions have to do with your triggers and your wounds and what you signed up for to learn from. And his actual actions have to do with what you both signed up for as well. And him as well as a mirror effect. He signed up to learn from this experience with you. So be at peace with knowing that in the end, quote unquote, we're all fine. And maybe find peace in knowing that you are so much more than this in your triggers, and maybe really ask your higher self, why would I sign up for this? What would be the benefits? And write down whatever comes from you to you, because it's from you. See that? I just said from you by accident, but it's not by accident. There are no accidents. There are no coincidences, only synchronicities. So you would write down, why would I choose this? Why would I sign up for this? The things that come to your mind. It's not your imagination. Pretend it is at first just to let it in, but yeah. And with those answers, you will be at peace, because you can derive the lessons from those and be at peace with everything. Because usually once you derive those lessons, the situation gets let go of and it gets resolved. And just know you don't have to sign up for pain to get lessons. Maybe ask your guides and your higher self, can you show me these lessons? Can you give me these lessons with less pain or more clarification, knowing that you're there with me throughout it, and hope, etc. Whatever makes it easier for you. And then you'll be at peace. You have the lessons you derive, the situation will probably resolve itself. Either way, you will have a self-fulfillment, inner peace with the connection you now have and the connections you now have. And amazing inner brightness and fulfillment and radiance from this than you ever have, that it was well worth it. So remember, at the end of the day, okay, at the end of everything, there is a gift in everything. And look at the gift you got here. Look at the gifts you got here. You might now have a connection to the other side. You have a more understanding. You know they're always with you. You have lessons from it. You know it's going to get resolved. You know you're going to be fine with him after all. I mean, I'm saying it sounds as if and feels as if you were way better than you are after this scenario than you were prior, before it even happened. I think so. I think you're equipped with what younger people will call superpowers. If you really get it and practice it, you'll realize you're never alone. That's an amazing gift that's actually very eternal. Amongst a self-understanding and understanding of the situation that can diffuse the densest of angers. I don't know, that seems pretty self-empowering to me. So that would be channeled advice. And a friend's advice would be, man, that sucks. And that's it. And hey, I'm not downgrading friends, but let's just say I've been in all roles. And you don't know how many times that in a friend role, I want to be that life coach. I want to be that channeler. And most of the times I can't help it. I am. But I've also learned people only receive what they want. And sometimes they just want an ear to hear them, which is where the friend comes in. You know, I've learned a lot about feminine energy, and the hardest part for me is learning that primarily what I've heard and learned so far is that men just sort of want someone to say, okay, and kind of be there with them and hold space for them in that emotion, which, yeah, I could totally do. Yeah, true. You know, it's a lot of getting used to, because, and you know, it's a lot of growth within myself, because really, oh my God, I could channel for them. I could do life coach things for them. I could give them any creative solution humorously and creatively and like, oh my God, are you kidding? How do you not know this way? But no, can't. So I have to learn the same way with friends too. You know, I can't be a life coach all the time for them. They don't want that all the time. You know, maybe some people don't want channel advice all the time. I know I do. I know that if I have a problem, I want the solution. I've trained myself to be solution oriented. In fact, I hear a lot of women get mad at men because all they do is try to fix the problem. And I'm like, no, please fix the problem. Like I'm about the solutions, but I do understand the frustration at the opposite sex where my co-host and I hang out as friends a lot. And I remember when I first started talking to him about, you know, things that expand your mind, like aliens and all sorts of things about the stars and how you saw this light and all these amazing things. And he just kept trying to cap it, put it in a thing, make it go away. He's like, well, we're never going to find out. So we're never going to find out. You know, as if, and I basically tried explaining to him like, hey, you can do what you want. But I'm just letting you know that I feel as if you're treating this as if it's a problem. And to me, this is a vacation for my mind. I love it. I love talking about this. And this is why I created this channel, Soul Spa University, because I want it to be a vacation for mind expansive minds, hearts, and souls, where you could really be a vacation for your mind to expand and really delve you know, into all sorts of topics. If you check out my playlist, there's so many that like, to me, it's a vacation to think about all these things because it's like, oh my God, yeah, like that's so like, this feels good. And he was treating it like a problem to solve and he can't solve it. It's very annoying. It's like, no, I don't see these things as problems. I don't see these things as problems. So that I can understand. So anyway, guys, if this video helps you at all, yeah, that would be the difference between an advice from a life coach and advice from a channeled guidance and advice from a friend. I happen to be all three. And if anybody's interested in either a life coaching session with me, a channel guidance session with me, or an energy coaching session with me so they can help manifest their goals, or a hybrid of all these things or whatever you want of it, please contact me at soulspauniversity@gmail.com. Email is in the description box, as well as if you got anything out of this channel and would like to donate. Oh my God, my soul would be invigorated from the inside out. Thank you so much. I'd be so grateful and I remember you for the rest of my life for sure. And that link is also in the description box. Please don't forget to give this video a like if you can. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can hit that all notification bell so that you can hit the set reminder on future content so that I won't be lost in you forever, because who knows if this is going to be posted and for how long and all sorts of content like that. And please share with your friends. Please, please, please. It would be absolutely amazing. And if you have no friends, that is absolutely not true. You have me and I will help connect you as well as I can for you to connect to your own guides and angels and everything else so that you know you're never alone. And Happy New Year, everybody.